Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. So we got our opening numbers for the Superman movie that just released over the weekend. Of course, my movie review is out for it. We did a live stream about it. I have a non-spoiler review coming soon. A spoiler review coming soon, as I did state, but I have to work on it a little bit more. So be on the lookout for that. But just to give you a brief overview what I thought of the film, I really much enjoyed it. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It wasn't meh. It was just at that good range. It had a lot to be desired because there's a lot of things in the movie that I wish could have been changed. There's a lot of things I wish James Gunn would have done story-wise, exploring with Clark Kent and Lois Lane a little bit more, and just really telling the story more from their perspective. It is a missed opportunity given the casting, all of that things, plot issues, the list goes on and on. But everybody was waiting for the opening weekend numbers to come out. And I have to be honest. WB, whoever's at WB, they know their stuff because they pretty much were on par all week about their numbers. They ended up exceeding their numbers by a little bit from their Thursday night previews. I think they ended up making like 10 million more than what they expected. And also with their numbers here. So we're going to see the article here. Which I don't even know if I want to read the article. I think I'm just going to discuss it. So, pretty much, we're going to give you... Well, oh yeah, I have it right here. This is what I wanted to read out. This is a guy on Twitter. He does a fantastic job breaking these things down, and he gave us an overview of the numbers that came out and how to compare and contrast with them from the DCEU, and we're going to discuss further. Mr. Luis Fernando from Twitter. Just on its opening weekend alone, Superman's $125 million debut outgrossed entire runs of Ant-Man and the Lost Kingdom at $124.5, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Shazam! Fury of the Gods at the US box office. Goes to show how tarnished and beyond repair the DCEU brand was in the US on its final days in 2023, and what a miracle it means for the DCU to have had a such massive opening coming out of such lows and carrying such a negative baggage. Superman is a promising first step to recover audiences' confidence in non-Batman films, but it might take several well-received projects to repair the decade-long damage suffered by the brand overall. Especially with the final fiascos being still so recent in people's minds. That brother there was absolutely preaching the gospel. Now, what do I think overall about this? It had 125 million domestically, and I think so far worldwide. I don't know why I didn't have it right here. I think it was like $217 million. Yeah. I think it was 220. Yeah. It was 200. They originally came up with 122 million globally, and it ended up going up 3 million. So it was 220 million globally. And I have numbers courtesy of John Campia, who is a person I watch on a regular basis because I had a real problem and struggle trying to find data comparing like previous movies of since COVID and The Man of Steel, even trying to find our opening weekend numbers, but he pretty much dumbed it down for me, and I appreciate him for that. Shout out to John Campia. Okay. For the biggest opening weekends in movies, period, since the end of 2023, so for the past 2 years, Superman had the 6th biggest opening. It was right behind Moana 2 at 139 million, Lilo and Stitch at 146, Inside Out 2 at 154, Minecraft at 162, and Deadpool and Wolverine at a whopping 211 million. So out of those, Superman had the 2nd biggest opening in the past 2 years for a comic book film, just behind Deadpool and Wolverine. And here it is. the biggest comic book opening since the end of 2022, so for the past 3 years. Superman was second, just behind Deadpool and Wolverine again, but it did better than Across the Spider-Verse, which was a very good movie at 120. Guardians 3, very good movie as well at 118. Ant-Man 3, horrible movie at 106. Captain America 4 at 88. Thunderbolts at 76. Flash at 55, and the rest goes on and on. Venom 3, movies that were absolutely god-awful. So when you put that into perspective, and I know and we're going to discuss it too later on with the Man of Steel crap that everybody's trying to come up with on social media, and it's the reason why talking about this movie is so I'm trying not to cuss right now because I don't like cussing on my show. I don't cuss in general, but it is just so maddening and frustrating how people in this movie has made everything about it so divisive that if you talk about it, you're wrong. It's a lose-lose situation. If you love the movie, you're an idiot in life and you suck. Okay? If you don't like it, you're an idiot in life and you suck. If you're in the middle, same concept. It's a lose-lose-lose situation. It's like choose your side. If you guys ever played the which is a game that I love that nobody really likes. If you guys ever played the video game the DC versus Mortal Kombat, and in the story mode it says choose your side. That's how it is with Superman. You either a part of James Gunn's Superman or you're part of the Snyderverse Superman. You can't love them both. You got to choose one. I'm on the team of I love them both. Superman Man of Steel was the first Superman movie that I was introduced to. Of course, I have a video. I was born in 2004, so Superman Returns came out in 2006, and I have a photo when I was a real baby boy. My mom dressed me up in the Superman Returns costume, the burgundy, the small S on the chest. I had the costume and I wore it, but I resonated with Henry Cavill because I loved him so much. I loved the movie. He just felt like Superman. With this movie and Superman, it's not the best movie. I can't definitively say if it's better than Man of Steel, but I enjoy this movie as well, but that's going too far off topic. So, to put this in perspective, the goal was to meet expectations and to rebuild the brand of DC, as this fella stated, because of the residue that the DCEU has left for modern audiences. Because most audiences in the industry did not like any of the DCEU's last movies. Who are part of that audience? Me. I for the longest time did not watch Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I actually recently watched it like 4 months ago for the first time with my family because they're like, hey, Jayden, why don't you watch this movie? I said, because I'm not. It's not even part of the DCU. I'm not even going to watch it. I watched Blue Beetle on streaming because I actually like Blue Beetle to an extent. Went to go see The Flash once not once I graduated. It was at a graduation event for my sister, and we went to go watch it together. I absolutely despised the movie. Did not like it. It looked horrible and everything under the sun. Wonder Woman 84. It was during COVID. I was so ready to get a new movie. We had to stay at home. I remember it was December of 2020, and that was the first movie when I started getting new to this film critic stuff. It's the first movie when I really sat there and said, this movie is god-awful by all fronts. So to put this into perspective, out of all these films, out of all the comic book films that came out by Marvel, etc., outside of just No Way Home, Superman had the second biggest opening weekend in the past 2 to 3 years. Just behind a heavy hitter by Marvel in Deadpool and Wolverine. Featuring 2 characters at Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, has an original trilogy, watched all 3, beloved by many people. You have X-Men The Last Stand, the Wolverine movie, X-Men Origins, all these movies that Hugh Jackman has been in. And then The new fan favorite that everybody loves in Deadpool. Deadpool 1, absolute masterpiece. Deadpool 2, really enjoyed it. And then you're going to go see Deadpool 3. And the way they marketed it, it was just so beautiful. It was a dream come true. We finally got Deadpool and Wolverine on screen. Wolverine's wearing his Common Accurate suit. Of course, that movie is going to make a crap ton of money in the first weekend. So when you put these numbers into perspective, Superman making this amount of money is good. And I know everybody in the media right now, I watched everybody today. Den of Nerds, John Campia, Nerdrotic, everybody I can come up with. Tyrone Mac. Well, I didn't watch Tyrone Magnus, but I saw his thumbnail and he was over here trying to troll at and I love Tyrone Magnus. I'm not trying to crap on Tyrone Magnus. I love him. But he was basically trying to troll, but he didn't make more than Man of Steel. Because Man of Steel made $116 million opening weekend, and they're trying to change the numbers up because of inflation. It is just so draining and annoying what these people are doing and the lengths they're trying to go to discredit this movie. If you didn't like it, okay, move on in life. There is other media and depictions of Superman in the DC universe for you to enjoy. That's what I've done. But Jesus, I've been waiting for a live action version of Superman because I don't watch TV shows. I watch either animated shows, not live action. I watch animated stuff from years ago, 2008, Justice League Unlimited, Superman the Animated Series, Batman the Animated Series, the list goes on and on. Or I watch the live action movies. At Superman Returns, at Man of Steel, Justice League, Zack Snyder's The Justice League. I watch that. I don't watch no Lois and Clark and things of that nature. No, I don't. I don't watch live action nothing. So, I finally got what I wanted, and I enjoyed it. And I'm ready to go watch it again. I'm going to get my ticket for IMAX, and I'm going to go see it again before Fantastic Four takes over the screenings. And I'm actually getting so far off topic. I have a bunch of notes here, and I'm not even hit on none of it. Even though this is good, it is not a box office blast or buster. I put buster. I don't even think that's the appropriate word to use. It's not a box office hit, okay? If it was a box office hit, it would have been north of 250 domestic, just around what Deadpool and Wolverine did. But of course, WB understood the baggage that came with Superman. And the most important component of these numbers, and David Zaslav and WB came out with it, they were looking to only make $500 million with this movie altogether. They now have almost half of that already in the first weekend. This movie is going to be in the movies for the next 6 weeks. But they were more focused on making the movie good, getting good word of mouth, and getting good reviews. They accomplished all of that on top of exceeding their expectations because they made like $10 million more than what they expected their opening weekend domestically and globally. And that 10 million is not totally accurate. It's just around that sphere. I'm just paraphrasing here. It's around that sphere. It's no more than 10 million. It's not more than that, I'm for sure. But it's a win. Especially for a movie that is not featuring Batman. Because historically, Batman movies are beloved by audiences. But Superman was not. Even in this article that we're going to get to on our next topic, which is still part of this, even though Man of Steel opened up as well as it did, it didn't leg out in the movie theaters. And another reason why this is so frustrating about the Man of Steel thing, Man of Steel came out before the pandemic. Man of Steel came out during the what's the word I'm looking for? The prime. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Sports term. Man of Steel came out in the prime of comic book movies. The MCU was just getting started good. The Avengers movie came out in what, 2012? So a year later, they come out with a Man of Steel movie. So you think, oh my gosh, let's see if DCU starts their next MCU. So everybody was wanting to go see it. We're talking about a movie in Superman that is coming out in the age of where people are not going to the movies as they once did. Although I still have made, I'm not going to be hypocrite here. I've made videos in the past and podcasts in the past talking about how the movies is not 100% dead. People are still going to go see good movies if the movies is good and not woke, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to get that deep into it. But still, they don't see the movies as much as they did in the past. It's just a well-known fact. I still believe that people are going to go see movies, just not in the same capacity as they once did. Because of ticket prices, which are insane, by the way. At AMC, and AMC, I have a problem with this. Y'all went up $2 on your tickets for the summer. You're not slick. I go to the movies enough to know that. So yeah, that's the reason why. Ticket prices and just how far it takes to drive to get to the movies. It takes me literally an hour to go see a movie to my local movie theater. I saw a couple of guys on a live stream talking about Superman. They were like, man, I wouldn't even drive 30 minutes to go to the movies to see a movie. That's just a day and age that we live in. Streaming and everything else. We're not going to get that deep into that. But I'm so tired of everybody comparing this movie to Man of Steel and its numbers when they're right on par with each other. And you can argue that you can possibly say that Superman did a little bit better because of the state of the world and the movie industry is in right now. But for some reason, they're just trying to make this a war thing. I wouldn't say a culture war. It's not really a culture war. Just a war. Superman versus Man of Steel. Snyder fans versus James Gunn's fans. And why can't we just calm down? Be realistic? Is the numbers super great? No. Are they bad? No. Are they just fine and meet expectations? Absolutely. I'm just tired of this comparison. Because WB's ultimate goal was to get 500. I think, me personally, that Superman is going to end up making $600 million. I would be super bold and possibly saying that they are going to get north of 700. I would love for them to get 700 because their budget was 225. I think they did come out and say marketing was 100, so that's $325 million right there. You want to make almost 2 times that to make profit. So that is north of $700 million that they're going to have to make. And I don't think they're going to get that. I want them to get that. We're just going to have to wait and see because I think this film might have legs. Obviously, these numbers don't count people going up to go see the movies. This is just digital tickets and all that other stuff. Families are still, it's the summertime, kids are out of school. Families are going to go take their kids to go see this movie, walk up ticket sales. And I think, which a lot of people are making this point as a case as well, Fantastic Four coming out can force people to still want to go see Superman. People who are not fans of Superman, who are going to go see Fantastic Four, like, Fantastic Four is good. Maybe I'll go see Superman. I don't think that's necessarily true, but hey, it may happen, so who knows. This movie can have legs. It's just going to be interesting to see what it continues to make going into a second weekend. It doesn't have any competition. And ultimately, when it loses some screens to the Fantastic Four, it's going to be definitely interesting to see what it does as well. But overall, opening weekend, I know it's been a little bit of a rant. It's just super frustrating to talk about this topic because of what's just going on around it. Just people, it's like people will not, entertainment is subjective. Just because y'all love something, somebody else is not. Most people love Thunderbolts. I despised Thunderbolts. I did not think Thunderbolts was good at all. But I'm not going to hate you for liking Thunderbolts. Even John Campy, he over here thinking Superman ain't the best comic book movie to come out this year. He thinks Thunderbolts might be in that consideration. I'm sitting there like, John Campy, what the frig are you talking about? No way. But guess what? It's his opinion. I think, me personally, Superman by far is the best thing that's came out this year comic book wise, and I still think it will be. Because I don't see Fantastic Four being better than that. But we're just gonna have to wait to see what it does in the box office in the next coming weeks. What do you guys think of this box office number at 125 domestic and 220 global? I think it's a win so far. I hope they continue to do better than the expectations they have met themselves. WB's, I guess, statistics team and their analyst who's been analyzing all this are right on the money so far. Maybe they're being a little too harsh on themselves. So maybe that 500 number can get to 600. I think it's going to get to 600. I would love to see 700. I just think it falls possibly maybe a little bit short of 700, but I still think there is hope. And that's not a no pun intended. Okay. I still think there's hope that it can reach the 700 mark. What do you guys think of this news? And let me know all of your comments down below.